We're still at the example page. So do take note that we are now calculating the actual center distance, and also in this case to determine the required belt pitch length. So the question stated that the center, that means the center of the two pulleys, is to be near to but not more than 750. So it will be of 749, 748, subjected to the availability of the belt pitch length, right? So do take note, this is what the question stipulated. Okay, not more than 750, but close to. So this video we will talk about uh, the standard pitch length of the belt. We need to determine that, also then to determine the actual center distance after obtaining the standard pitch length of the belt. Select standard pitch length of belt. So in this slide, we will want to calculate the standard pitch length. Okay, then from the calculated pitch length belt, then we will go to the respective standard belt length chart to choose the actual standard belt length. So if you go to your appendix A1-1, okay, give you a few moments to go to A1-1, look for this equation. LC is equal to 2C plus 1.57 divided by big D plus D plus big D minus D squared divided by 4C. So you should see that equation from A1-1 appendix. Alright, so LC represents the calculated length. So you have three variables here, C, big D and small d. So big D and small d refer to the PCD of the pulley you selected earlier. So the big D is 240, the small d is 120, right? And the C is actually the required center, okay, center distance. So in this case, the question stated is 750 or less. So we use 750 in this case. Reason so is after you obtain the calculated belt length, you just need to choose something below that total calculated belt length, and that will fulfill your 750 or lower. Okay, anyway, what you need to do is put in all those variables, fill up, punch in the equation, and you will get your LC is equal to 2070 mm. Okay, so the calculated pitch belt length you should use will be something lesser than 2070 mm. So we go to A1-5, appendix A1-5. Alright, it will be page A1-5, and A1-5 will cover 2 pages, where from there you will determine the standard pitch belt length available from the manufacturer. If you look at the A1-5, you will see the left column will be nominal number. This number is very important. You will need it in subsequent calculation. And on the right itself, the column will be belt length, and that's ABC. So we know that it's quite similar to the outside diameter pulley. We represent the belt section. So in this case, we're interested in this question or example, we are interested in B section. So we go to B, you run through the number, look for anything close to 2070, and you run. So it's 1956, add on 1981. So your range of 2057 and 2083. Alright, so 2070 fall in between these two numbers, belt 81 and 82. In this case, because the question stipulates that you need to have lesser or closest to 750 center distance. So in this case, I will choose 2057. And it's stated B, section B belt, 81. Okay, B represents section B. Alright, and 81 is the number. This 81 is very important. Later we will come back. Please remember this. Okay, so and 2057 mm is the pitch belt. Okay, so why do I do that? Okay, so this is to ensure that I fulfill the center distance of less than 750 and closest. So let's move to next slide to talk about calculation of So what's my actual center distance after I selected 2057 mm belt 81? So given that A1-1 again, can you go to A1-1? Alright, A1-1, there will be another equation for you to use. It will be CA. Okay, this is the actual center distance we have to calculate. There's a few variables here. B again, B plus square root B square minus 8, D minus D to the power of 2 over 8. So in this case, the big D and small d, we know that is referring to the pitch circle diameter of the pulley, 240 and 120 respectively. So what is B? B is actually here. You look at it. Okay, and B is equal to 2ls minus pi big D over plus small d, and your ls is actually your selected belt length. So your selected belt length is 2057. So you punch in the number 2 times 2057 minus, okay, let me write, make it easier for everybody. So laser, okay, no, not this one, sorry, pen. So in this case, this ls is actually 2057, right? Pi, you know, this is 240, always PCD, and this is 120. You punch in the number correctly, you'll get 2983.03 mm for B. Okay, you'll get this. So B is actually this value. So once you get your B, you substitute in this value inside here. Okay, then you get 240 and 120 again. You punch in the number. Then you will get your actual center distance is 743.3 mm, which is lesser than 750. So your actual center distance is this, based on B81 belt. Okay, so we have calculated our actual center distance and the selected belt length. Okay, pitch belt length. So the next video we will talk about power rating per belt, how to determine the power rating per belt for B section. And yep, let's move on to that.